Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, we have details and a brand new trailer for Secret Invasion. We're going to talk about it and do a nice frame by frame situation. So join us, won't you? Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. My name is Matthew Carroll.
And I'm Ashley Coffin.
Ashley, how's it going, my friend?
It's going good. Good new trailers. We've been waiting for something. Just give us something.
Just anything like news, trailers, details, whatever. And last week, me and Jeff had an episode where we talked a lot about they really dropped a lot of news came out or whatever last week. And this week we got a lot of details about Secret Invasion. So I figured that'd be our first thing we get into this week is our Secret Invasion trailer breakdown. First, I guess, do you want to talk about the Vanity Fair article?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, so Vanity Fair put out a full-length article about Secret Invasion, gave a bunch of details, and for my mind, there's only a few big details that we really need to get into or whatever. So the showrunner said this was not a spoiler, and that we do not need to worry about it. But it does seem like a big deal. There's a few big deals. Both, they revealed who Emilia Clarke's character is playing, or who Emilia Clarke is playing, I should say, and kind of the details on the motivations of the Skrulls. So if you don't want to know those things until the show starts, feel free to skip this episode. But we are going to discuss it both now and during the trailer breakdown because it just seems so pertinent. Mm-hmm. So spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, you have in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, spoilers.
Spoiler it in 3, 2, 1. Ashley, yell it.
Emilia Clarke is Talos's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the showrunners confirmed that back in Captain Marvel, they show a wife and child of Talos, and that daughter is the grown-up. That grown-up daughter is Emilia Clarke.
Listen,
character.
It makes me hope that Game of Thrones is in this, because if I could turn into probably anybody, it would be the mother of dragons, Daenerys Targaryen. Imagine being that's who I want to look like, but I'm just going to change my hair. Absolutely.
Yeah, you got to change the hair so people don't know you're doing it. But yeah, so in your mind, this world that Game of Thrones exists, and she's just doing that to look like. Yeah,
she only got
Daenerys.
to season 6 before the snap, and then never got to get back to it because things were crazy. So in her mind, still best show ever.
Yeah, it's still the best show ever, and she's right there loving it. Cool, I like it. Good headcanon there, Ashley.
Thanks.
So the biggest that's one of the biggest reveals they had, and the other big reveal was that the extremists who Emilia is on the side of, that are sort of the villains, I guess, of this story. I guess villain, but maybe not.
Antagonists. Yeah.
Right, and the antagonists for Nick Fury are going to be a group of extremists who are tired of waiting. They were told by Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D., back in Captain Marvel, that they would find them a home, and they haven't been able to find them a home. And apparently it was also revealed that Nick Fury, when he was out in Spider-Man Far From Home, that's part of what he was doing out in the cosmos, was looking for their homeworld. Part of what his mission is. But he hasn't been able to do so yet, and this group of extremists, after waiting 40 years or whatever, they're tired of waiting, and they're going to do what they have to do to get a homeworld, which may be just taking over this one.
That makes sense. I mean, not taking over our world, but being tired of waiting.
Yeah, absolutely.
There wasn't some stretch of land we couldn't have, I don't know.
Right.
Right? I don't know. I don't know what they can tolerate, but there's so much of Russia that nobody uses.
Oh, right.
And I feel like there's so many places on the earth that nobody goes to, and maybe their tolerances are better.
Well, this kind of ties into Falcon and the Winter Soldier too. We had that whole plot line where they were not able to rehome all the people that came back from the blip.
Yeah, those people want their own homes back. I'm like, hey, my lease is still not up. I had a 10-year lease. Susan, you need to evacuate my apartment. But
yeah, Susan, get out of here.
Trying to find new land. So yeah, I don't know. Mars.
The world is getting crowded, and everybody wants a place, and apparently they don't think there's enough. There's also a line in the Vanity Fair article that said they're looking for a place where they can be themselves. They're tired of hiding. They want to live in their own skin, tired of hiding as humans. And so that's part of why I think they're looking for a new home world, not just
I mean, it makes sense. Mars. Yeah. I'll put Mars up on the table. They could have Mars.
I think Mars might be less hospitable than Russia.
Maybe. Depends. I don't know what they can deal with. Like, maybe it'll be great.
True. I don't know. I don't know if they need oxygen or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, Maria Hill will have a pivotal role, which is kind of cool. They talked about how she's been sort of like relegated to Fury's sidekick through the years, but this will give her a little more of a central role in the whole story, which is kind of neat. I just have a few notes from the Vanity Fair article that stood out to me. Here's a quote from Samuel Jackson talking about what's going on in Fury's head right now. He says, "The death of Iron Man, the death of Black Widow, with that stuff going on, he is just kind of checked out." And so we saw him in Far From Home, sitting on that beach, trying to relax a little bit, like that fake beach.
Space Beach, yeah.
Yeah, Space Beach. Space Beach 4, the beachening. So he's looking for his shoes. He's relaxing. It seems that he's like really needing a chance to get out of the world. And he also, they said something about how Nick Fury no longer feels like the invulnerable super spy because, the Thanos thing happened, and it's just like he's the one snap of a finger, and he was just gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they say they also point out that he's not wearing his eye patch in any of the trailers and such, and they said that not wearing the eye patch is part of him showing his vulnerability.
Oh, okay. I like that.
That's all. I kind of took away from that read. It just sort of seems like in the Vanity Fair piece, it's definitely worth a read. It basically just shows that there's like where the pieces are starting. Skrulls are frustrated with having to wait so long. Fury's been trying to help, but he's been busy with multiple Avengers movies and Spider-Man movies, and so and he's feeling beat down and not like himself in a way.
Well, I feel like that's been going on for him for a minute, so it'll be interesting to see what he does now without the people who he's so used to relying on to call on for dealing with these situations.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you just have Maria Hill, and I'm like, uh-oh. I need more allies.
Yeah, we'll get into it in a second, but in the trailer, there's a line where he's like, "Where are the Avengers?" And he's like, "I can't call them for this. I got to take care of this alone," or something.
Oh, we're going real Winter Soldier on this, which is what I'm going to love. I like the single missions that don't make any sense. Like, if you start to think about it too much, you start to get upset. So just don't. Tony Stark got stuck in Tennessee, didn't call anybody. Washington, D.C. almost got blown up in Winter Soldier. Nobody called anybody. It doesn't, happen all the time. If you think about it, it will make you mad. So don't think about it.
They've all got too much going on. I just assume they've all got their own missions at the same time. That's what's so clever about that Fury's Big Week, that comic book, you know what I'm talking about? Where there's a comic book that shows that I think it's in phase 1, basically all the movies are happening at the same time. The Hulk, I believe the Hulk, Thor, and like Iron Man 2 or something. And
it's like a movie comic, like the ones that go along with the movies?
Yes. And it's showing that all the movies, and if you pay attention in the movies, it's in canon in the films themselves. You can see like in the background, like you can see, an attack at this college or whatever, and it's showing that the Hulk is happening at the same time. So
cool.
The kind of thing was with at least with phase 1, it was like there's these big events, they're all going on at the same time, so that they can't be, in each other's missions. Of course, they didn't know each other yet either.
All at the same time. The president gets kidnapped. Nobody comes.
Right.
Rhodey comes.
Yeah, Rhodey's there. Come on.
Yeah, they're like, they got this.
Yeah. It's definitely something you just have to sort of like let yourself.
He just has to do it on his own.
They asked him about it in the Vanity Fair article, like, why is that? Because it doesn't seem to make much sense if, like, the world's being invaded. Why aren't you bringing these people in.
Or Captain Marvel or somebody.
Yeah, he says there's a very good reason for it. And now, I don't know if that's true. To me, it sounds like it's going to be a character reason. Not saying that's not a good reason, but like a lot of times the character reasons are kind of cop-outs. Or like,
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's to me, him talking about the death of Iron Man, the death of Black Widow, makes me think his reason's going to be something to the effect of like,
I don't want to get anyone.
Right. I don't want to bring anyone else into something that's going to get him killed.
Yeah.
It's not the Nick Fury we've known up until now.
That's why he's like, call Maria Hill. Just kidding.
Poor Maria Hill.
I like her haircut in this. She looks fierce.
Oh, yeah? Good. I think part of it is probably guilt, too, over, like, the fact that he told them they could stay. You know, he told them they could stay. He told them they'd find a homeworld for them. And then now they're doing this, and he feels like he like brought this enemy to their doorstep in a way.
Yeah. Him and Captain Marvel should have made sure before they made any of these promises.
Yeah, you'd think Captain Marvel would have been helping out with that as well. It's not just Fury's job.
You don't think about it before. You liberate, but then you don't think about it. You're like, yes, come, we will give you everything that you need and we'll take care of you. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're,
right.
You know, aliens, actually aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to figure out how to do this.
Yeah.
But like the people of Earth know about aliens now, so it's not a big...
Yeah, but most of what they know about aliens is that they come here to destroy us all.
Yeah, but then you could always be like,
years.
but Thor, and then you're like, oh yeah, you know, sometimes you get lucky.
But he's pretty, so, you know.
They can turn into anything. What do you mean?
That's true. That's more terrifying, though. If that's the case, that's more terrifying. Like,
no, I want to date one. It would be the best.
That does sound like a lot of fun, honestly.
Think about it.
Oh, I am.
Today, I want you to be Tom Hiddleston. Today, you're going to be Michael Fassbender.
Oh,
today, you're going to be Ken, because it's fun sometimes.
Good save. Good save.
Thanks. He doesn't listen, so I'm safe.
Okay, so we're going to, I guess that all being said, it's a good time to dive into the actual trailer. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to watch the trailer now.
Fury, since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse. Why do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight alone. You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
Man, oh man.
It's a lot.
There's a lot.
I really like the music. The music immediately gets me like excited.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It sounds awesome. I mean, it's just really, really well sculpted music for sure. And there's a lot of stuff in there. I feel like there's so much to talk about. But it's all it's so much. I'm excited. It reminded me of like the globe-trotting nature of like a lot of the I don't know, like Born Identity, John Wick type stuff. Like it seems really,
oh no,
really good.
this is right back to like that Winter Soldier. It'll be amazing if they can finally do, because everybody's like, oh, we want something more grounded like Winter Soldier. We're so tired of all the spacey stuff. Give us something a little bit more espionage and grounded. But they have the chance now to merge all of those together perfectly, and also turned it into like an invasion of the body snatchers kind of deal, which is the scariest. Like, you don't know who you trust, you don't know who your friend is, you can't trust anybody. The person next to you could be one, the person you love could be one, and that brings like that little bit of a horror element to it that I like, along with the was the magazine, the movie you just said, and he beats him to death with the magazine.
You talking about Born Identity?
Born Identity, yeah, the Born Identity of it all.
Yeah,
I was just like, John Wick, that's not it.
no, but John Wick definitely beats them up. Lots of different things.
Yeah, but that magazine, that is a iconic moment in time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember the pen from the first one. Born Identity.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's also, John Wick does the pencil. And he kills someone with a book in the third one that is really brutal.
It's good when it's something like that.
Yeah, it really is. Okay. So I think this looks great. I did notice we were talking about that, how he needs to face it alone. It looked to me like they cut that line together for the trailer. I'm not sure if that's actually what he says, because he says
it also didn't sound like him in one of the scenes. Like, I'm like, is that supposed to be not him? I don't know. We'll have to see. When
I don't know. There was one where he says, the one where he says to fight alone. He says, "This is a fight I have to fight." Or this is a fight I have to fight, I think is what he says.
Yeah, that could also be Talos. Like, I don't know. It just
this is him on screen.
No. On screen, I know it's him, but it didn't sound like him. And I don't know. It sounded weird. I thought the audio sounded weird.
I thought that part did, but then it cuts to the word alone, and the audio sounds totally different. So he's like, "This is a fight I have to fight," and he goes, "Alone." It's like, it almost like it's taken from somewhere else in the show, or taken from something else.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's what he said. Like, maybe he's just saying he can't walk away, not saying he can't call anybody in or whatever.
Or these people who cut these together need to be careful, because now we're paying way too much attention to
that. Oh, man, we have been for way too long. But any other things stand out on your first pass, your first watch through this thing?
No, it's not too much more information than we got from the last trailer. I feel like we're straying on the course. I guess it's that Olivia Colman's character is friends with Nick Fury. Did we know that from the last one?
Well, like we were just talking about, apparently she was Talos' daughter, so he's known her.
No, that's Emilia Clarke. Olivia Colman is the woman in red.
Oh, sorry. No, I did. Yeah, I don't think we knew that from the last one.
She's an M16. We don't know. I don't think we know her name yet. I just know she's an M16 agent, but she was like, something, my old friend.
MI6,
and then they went,
you mean?
Yeah, MI6, sorry. M6.
Okay. I was like, M16, I don't think that's a thing.
No.
That's good.
I'm okay. So the MI6 agent.
It sounds like one of those things that you would have read a lot and never noticed that the I was a 1 or whatever,
Shut up. I just read it in that Vanity Fair article, so I thought that was she's in it. I didn't think about the gun. I was like, 00 Agent 7 M16, whatever. That makes sense. Anyway, Olivia Colman. Well, I was like, I never remember her name, and she's one of my favorite actresses. She won the Academy Awards so many years in a row. She's amazing, and I never remember her name is Olivia Colman.
Okay.
So I was proud that I remembered that was her name.
That's good. I don't know her from anything, I don't think.
She's huge. That's crazy. Did you ever see The Favorite or?
Nope.
You saw Women. No, wait, she wasn't in Women's Talking. She was in, Empire of Light. I guess you probably didn't watch that for the Oscars this year. Anyway, she's in a lot, but she is an Academy Award, a multiple time Academy Award winning actress. So the fact that they got her to do a Marvel Studios TV show, she doesn't need the money. She doesn't need the accolades. Right. So this must be a really fun character. So I'm very excited.
I saw her way back in the day in Broadchurch, the original.
I feel like we've had this conversation.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
but I don't know her from anything like other than that. So I've seen her face around, but I don't know her any of her prestigious roles or whatever.
She was the queen in The Favorite.
Right. Okay, and she's also in The Crown as somebody. So
The queen.
oh, she's in The Queen in both.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well, she's Queen Victoria in The Favorite, and she's Queen Elizabeth in The Crown.
Oh, okay. There's been more than one queen.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
Don't worry, we're not Brits. We don't have to.
Yeah, we're not Brits. We don't have nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing.
That's not the history I was allowed to hear.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. I guess let's go start with the frame by frame because I honestly I just think it's got a cool vibe. I love seeing all the different characters that are showing up. And I feel like they're hiding a lot from us, which is exciting because it feels like
lie to me, Marvel. Lie to me.
Yeah, lie to me all of it. Now
But
let's
don't
try
Hulk
to
lie to me. Don't ever do that again.
like
Infinity War Hulk was a lie, and I'm still mad about it.
I'm totally fine with it. Okay.
Do you know why I wasn't? It's because I was like, it's not the end of the movie yet because that scene didn't happen. And even though that movie was 5 hours, I was like, no, don't end.
Yeah, I don't think about things that way. Like when I'm watching them, I just don't think it doesn't dawn
I had to
me.
pee so bad.
When I'm in the theater, I like basically lose the whole.
You have an out of body experience.
Well, I just lose all the theory crafting, all the others. Now, when something happens that confirms some theory or something like that, my mind goes straight oh, right, that's it. That's what's happening. Oh, yeah. And then my worst experience is when I'm wrong at that point. Something happens on screen that feels like it's confirming my theory that I had. And it's oh, they're doing it. And then they're doing something else. And it just seemed like they were for a second. That drives me nuts.
You look around, you're like,
yeah, nobody saw me freak out, right? Exactly.
I'm just the fact that there's going to be a Mephisto show. We haven't talked about that, or so they say. Is that fake? Is
it's
it
only,
I don't
it's
believe
only a
in
rumor.
anything. Everything to me is Mid-Journey now. I see a picture and I don't believe it's real.
Right. The Mephisto thing is just a rumor so far.
Boo.
But it's been a rumor. Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto has been a rumor for a really long time. And he was rumored first to show up in Ironheart, which is a big deal. Now he's been rumored to show up in Agatha and in his own Mephisto special. So that's the rumors
if
are.
They
right
do
now.
Another Halloween special and it's Mephisto.
Yeah.
I have so many people who need to bend the knee. I need apologies for you led us down this whole road of Mephisto, and the whole road led to Mephisto. I will. But I'm not gloating yet. I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, you will never hear the end of it.
We'll see.
Right, I
if
keep
he was
this
actually orchestrating all of that. Yeah, let's get through this Secret Invasion trailer. All right, we got Secret Invasion. We got Fury walking through the woods. Still got his eye patch on. So I'm assuming there's some sort of transitional.
He looks like Steve in Life Aquatic.
He does. He definitely does. Steve Zuzu. Suzu, something like that.
Yeah, Zuzu.
He meets up with Talos.
So we're in Moscow.
Some sort of big explosion in Moscow.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know. So I didn't even put two and two together that they were in Russia when I was like, they should just take some of that unoccupied parts of Russia.
Yes, that's funny. So some big explosion, and Talos says, things have gotten much worse since you left. And in the article, they mentioned things in the article that they acted like we should know this, but they were never made clear on screen. Like he said, as we all know, Nick Fury has been gone since Avengers Endgame. It's no, we didn't know that, honestly. We didn't know if that was the last, when he decided to disappear. We didn't know if that Nick Fury who disappeared at the end of Infinity War was Nick Fury or not, or if it was Talos. But apparently, yeah.
Did you question that? I thought it was always him.
Oh, we just talked about there's a possibility. I think I've always thought it was him, but then in
he had the special beeper.
Right, yeah, that's true. But that could be he could have turned over all his special communication devices or whatever to Talos if he's taking vacation,
Yeah, no, I feel like I would keep that one with me.
Maybe. I don't know if you're leaving someone else in charge of defending the Earth, you might want to leave him with the beeper that can bring in your biggest.
But he would have to know the code and everything. You would be like, hey man, you need to, the Earth is is exploding, and you're like, all right, I
Right.
got my beeper. Boop, boop, boop. You could do that from Maldives.
You also, Talos might just have his own. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
or some version of that, because Talos was
But that
part of
takes
that
away
whole
the
thing.
connection that those two have.
I mean, doesn't mean he doesn't have a connection with other people. Talos might have connection with Captain Marvel too. They were all in that
Guess
same fight, all that
gonna
same movie.
find out. I feel like this is gonna bleed over into the Marvels.
You think?
I don't know. It
don't
has
either.
to, right? Because Maria Rambeau got taken up to the Skrulls at the end of WandaVision.
That's true. Good call. So I think it'll have to because of that, but I have a feeling it's going to be similar to how Miss Marvel ended, where it was like a post credits like swappy swap or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Just because
We'll see.
I think they're going to want to make this movie or this show super grounded, because that's what everybody's been asking for. I don't think they're going to have Captain Marvel come in at the last
If they
minute.
just marry the right amount of this and then marry the right amount of that, and we have
Right. It's just
an espionage spy alien thriller.
yeah.
I don't know.
That's true. Actually,
Yeah, you're right though.
Now that
Keep
I think about
grounded.
it, even just Maria Rambeau showing up in this would be weird. But it did seem like that's where she was going at the end of WandaVision. But like, it seems like that would be a weird place to put her in this movie.
We never found out like who summoned her, because she was definitely summoned. Like they were like, someone wants to
Right.
talk to you.
We assumed it was Nick Fury,
Yeah.
but
Right?
it could have been. I guess
Could
it
have
could have
been-
been Miss Marvel,
Could have been
Captain Marvel. I mean.
Talos. It could have been everybody.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, we've talked about it before, but I don't know. We don't still know where Maria. I need to go back and rewatch that scene. Who calls Nick Fury at the end of Far From Home? Doesn't he get like a phone
it was
call?
Talos.
Yeah, that's what it was. Talos.
It was Talos and some other Skrull were pretending to be him and
Maria Hill.
Maria Hill.
Which, where's Maria Hill been? If she was was she out in space with
Oh, she
him?
was over in the French Alps skiing down a mountain, getting a nice
Yeah.
little break as well. Everybody needs a break.
I agree. I don't deny that. All right, let's keep rolling. He says so. Talos says things have gotten much worse since you've been gone, and Nick Fury says, "Why do you think I came back?" And so he's back to defend the Earth, I suppose.
Alone.
Well, or is he? I'm wondering who else might be in that ship with him. Like if Maria Rambeau went up there, or if Maria Hill went with him, or anything like that. You know. But it does
These
look
shows
like he's alone.
we're at the point now where these shows need to start tying more characters together and leading us into these films.
Yeah. Sonia Fallsworth, the trailer says, is the name of his friend.
Oh, that's Olivia Colman.
Yeah, Sonia Fallsworth. She says, you're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend, is what she says. And that's Olivia Colman. And is she, I'm guessing she's a human.
I think she's an agent,
Right.
not an M16, but an M.
Yeah, an
MI6
MI6 agent. I love this shot, man.
Yeah, they all just.
There's a shot that Ben Mendelsohn is Talos is reaching out and grabbing this young guy, and then there's this great transition shot where everyone in the cafe becomes a copy of that individual.
As a power move, I would have turned into one of them too. Oh, which one is it? You don't even know.
You don't know who I am.
It's just funny that he chose to stay the skin of Fury's boss.
Is that who he is?
Yeah. Remember, because he was like the leader. He took over the face of the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever.
That's funny. I didn't remember that. That's funny. Yeah, I wonder if he did that. I wonder if he actually replaced that guy. Like, I don't know if that.
I can't remember what happened to that guy.
I don't remember what that happened to that guy in that movie, but like maybe even if it was later, maybe that guy died and he stepped into his place or something. Maybe that would make sense why Talos is still that guy.
Ben Mendelsohn is the best.
Yeah.
Nick Fury spends a lot of time at his fake gravestone.
He really does.
He's like,
really
let's go
does.
see. Oh, I wonder if something crazy. I wonder if like Black Widow buried something interesting for him there, or like there's like a goodie underneath there, like a gun, or I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Or a hard drive.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally. Something at his gravesite. I mean, well, the next shot is him going over here. Yeah.
He was okay.
The next shot.
All his guns are going to be down there. Pew pew pew. Oh wait,
Yeah.
there's one. At
That's
least
some real,
one.
that's some real Terminator Terminator 3 vibes. The grave filled with the guns.
Oh my God, when he carries the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carries a casket in his hand. Okay. So we got Nick Fury. Now he's no longer wearing the eye patch at this point. So something's happened to him that, like he said that's a sign of his vulnerability. So I think he comes home and finds out, like, even more. I don't know. I wonder what makes him take the eye patch off. Or if that eye patch scene we see at the beginning of the trailer is further back, like if it's before he left or something.
Yeah. I could
That's
also
another
see him being too noticeable with an eye patch. People looking for someone with an eye patch. So getting rid of it might be a good way to stay incognito.
Yeah, Rhodey says in the trailer, "You're the most wanted man in the world," or whatever. So that's very possible.
So he just needs to lose the eye patch, get a baseball cap, and a pair of aviators, and he is in what Marvel MCU is
Marvel
incognito.
Yeah.
She's close. She is the jacket with the hoodie.
Yeah, she is. Talking about Maria Hill here. Maria Hill is close. She just needs the aviators, and she's there. Maybe that's like, she's got them tucked away in her pocket. That's like, she's just ready for it. Man, so many people are in this movie. I'm so excited.
I know, Martin
for the return of Martin Freeman's. It makes me wonder if Val's going to be in this too. Yeah. Excited.
Olivia Colman's character just said that, there's a war that's been raging in the shadows on the planet for years and years. Like, I wonder what that means. Like, is her sector the one that knows about Skrulls, and how long have they been coming to the planet?
Right. Well, she actually says very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. So, like, more than one war, I think it's just like the idea that S.H.I.E.L.D. has been, like, protecting the planet from all kinds of things.
Well, like, can we bring in Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night and, like, all of those characters and Man-Thing and Blade? Okay.
I feel like this is a big, wide, sweeping shot of some soldiers
pew, pew, pew.
firing, and they're in some sort of, I don't know, they're
formation?
in some sort of flak jackets. Looks like they're protecting someone. You see in the middle there? There's someone running.
White hair.
Yeah, there's a white hair in the middle. So this looks like, if I had to guess, the Skrulls are attacking.
Maybe a president or...
Right. Like someone important is being protected here, and it looks to me like the Skrulls are attacking so they can maybe take over this person's life or something. But you'd think they'd want to do it more secretive than this. But I guess if they wipe everyone out,
this is not a secret war.
Yeah, this is
a loud war.
It's a secret invasion. Doesn't look too secret.
That is not good.
Yeah, this shot. There's a shot, and I'm assuming what this is, and you can tell me what you think, maybe with some comics knowledge. There's a shot of a bunch of bodies being stored in some sort of facility, and they're hooked up to something. I'm assuming this is like the real people.
That's like when the Super Skrulls would take over. I feel like they would put the real people in some kind of, matrixy cocoon, but I might be mixing that up with something. But that's what I thought. Couldn't remember how, like, the Super Skrulls would replace you completely.
Okay, yeah, I remember there's like some cartoon or something where I've seen where like the Skrulls were keeping people alive, basically for information, or they'd hook up to their brains. And
Super Skrulls could also take over, like say you took over Storm, you would also be able to kind of take over their powers. That's like, right. The Super Skrulls were like a little bit more evolved than just the regular Skrulls.
Yeah.
But it's been a minute. Jeff.
Yeah, where's Jeff? So Emilia Clarke walks in and she looks down over the bodies and she looks shocked or surprised by this. So I'm assuming this isn't part of her like extremist plan, or maybe she's just getting deeper into the extremist plan and just learning about this or something. There's
always the cultiness underneath the extremists. Like it's an MLM, girl. Get out.
It's an MLM.
It's always an MLM.
So Olivia Colman, or Sonia, as it says here, is talking to Fury and says, "Do you feel responsible?" And Nick Fury looks very serious about that question.
Always looks serious.
This shot looks just like John Wick to me. I just watched all four John Wick movies.
Movie.
Well, I don't know. It's got that very specific color grading.
The yellow.
Like the way the streets look like. Yeah, like that dingy yellow dark thing.
I feel like all the Fast and the Furious do it. All of, like the transporters.
See, yeah, I don't know. I don't
Now
think the color grading is very
drones.
specific to me.
Drones.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, the drone shot's not what I'm talking about. Like the color grading,
It's the
and like
color grading.
the way they make it looks like John Wick to me. The Fast and Furious are like bright, always brightly lit, and like everything's super shiny. This looks like dingy, dark Eastern European city or something. But that might be partially because I've just watched all 4 John Wicks, and everything's reminding me a little bit of it.
Les Avengers. So they are in France. But it is true. Where are the Avengers? We've said it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people he could call.
For sure. Absolutely. Of course, he wasn't part of that last the last round, of Avengers battle. So like
He knows Sam. He could call
didn't meet
Bucky.
like the wizard and stuff, the wizards or the guardians or like
They
that.
all met at the funeral. Everybody met at Tony's
that's true.
funerals.
That's true.
They all exchanged cards. Like,
Yeah, they
when
definitely got
things
each other's
get bad.
numbers. There's so many beepers in all of their pockets. They just we really should consolidate this, guys. Yeah, this is interesting though because it says it's an agent asking where are the Avengers, but it says La Avengers, Battle of New York. I'm assuming is what it says. Battle of New York. So I'm wondering if this is a flashback because I have a feeling it's going to show us why the Skrulls are so frustrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it almost looks like his old costume. If you look at that, it has the jacket that goes up around his neck and he has the eye patch on.
Oh, does he? Oh, you're right. You're right. Good call. Good call. So this is Fury.
He looks
looking
like clean shaven.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's like, so here's my or like my idea, my theory for what this is like he's sitting down across from a Skrull who's like, we were finally going to bring you guys into the light. We were finally going to let you guys like let the world know about you or something like that. And like, let them know that you're refugees here. But a bunch of aliens, just attacked the Earth. It's not a good time, like
Yeah.
something
That
like
would have
that.
already been almost 15 years?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, something like that. Because it was the 90s.
Because it was the 90s, and then it was
this
2012.
2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, 2012 was the Battle of New York. So, yeah, at least
Been a minute.
almost 20 years.
And then you lose time during the snap.
Yeah. So it's like maybe there's a group, telling them we're gonna let you be yourselves soon, and they just keep holding them back, back. Maybe we get a bunch of shots through time.
It's also unfair to say while all that stuff is happening, there is legitimately horrible things happening that need to be dealt with over those years, not immediately, but after the Battle of New York. To get back to that, I could see how you'd be like, okay, of priorities right now.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you would just bring them down to fight then. I don't know. It's a hard decision.
That's what's so much fun about this plot, it seems, is that it seems that like they're doing a really good job of setting up two sides to this sort of like ethical argument that are going to make sense. Like there's a reason we've been kind of busy. I'm sorry we haven't found you a homeworld, but we've been kind of busy, but we're still trying to help. And they're like, no, we're tired of waiting. We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to do what we have to do.
Russia. Honestly, take Russia.
Honestly, take Russia. So I'm really curious if we could like zoom in and see what's on this door. There's a door opening here, and I mean I can't tell what that says at all. But with the
you see something written on that door?
Yeah, there's something written on that door, and I'm gonna see if I can do some quick math on it and see what happens. So if you're watching this, by the way, if you aren't watching this on the YouTubes, you could be. We're seeing you could see us actually like going through this stuff.
The faces I make when I forget that we're filming. I say I just hit my nose on this microphone that has like cat hair all over it, and it just transferred. And I'm like, you can see all that hot content on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that hot content. Let's see here. I'm gonna just bring the brightness up a little bit and see what happens. Because we can do that with the magic of technology. There's definitely something written on that door. Bring the brightness up, just contrast a little bit.
Sepia mode. Oh, there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's visible. At least not very.
Mm-mm.
Let's see.
Long word, short word, long word.
Yeah, I feel like it's too blurry.
Does that look like the thing that maybe they were building for Banner? That was more square, right?
You mean the thing they dropped him out of the airplane on?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how far back we're gonna go, but that looks like a containment thing.
Yeah, it kind of does. Okay, let me take this color correction thing off because it is not.
Now
helping.
he's heading into a nightclub.
Yeah, boonch, boonch, boonch. Okay, so
now it's Werewolf by Night.
this looks to me like the back of the head of the sort of head, like, I don't know, extremist character, right? Probably.
I don't think it's Fury.
No, he's got hair.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, he's entering a room that has some sort of device in it. Some sort of alien technology, likely.
What kind of glass holding device? It's an onion.
Absolutely an onion. I just love the look.
Did he have glasses on now? He
yeah,
he's
got glasses
General Nick Fury.
Yep. I love the look of Nick Fury just as an old man. The
He looks
glasses,
great.
the beard. He looks so good.
It's a good beard.
Then we got Fury just acting all clandestine. You know what's funny about this shot? It's probably not. This looks so much. Do you remember Agents of... You didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I didn't. I know.
So there's a scene on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where the S.H.I.E.L.D. comes along a convoy of cars and they like bring their like ship and it's like aiming guns at the cars. And it looks so much like this road to me. And I'm wondering if they shot this on the same road. They were like, hey, that looked good there. Let's just use it again.
Were there hills in the background?
I can't remember, but it looks just like that general area looks very similar. And I'm going to have to like go back and look and see if that's the same. Because that would be nuts.
They film all these in Georgia, so it's probably the same random road in Atlanta that they use, right? Isn't that where the studios are?
A lot of them, yeah. But it's also an airfield. There's an airfield right there behind them. So I'm assuming this might be the same group or some different group of dignitaries that the extremists are trying to like take over their.
I don't know. That looks like that
lives or
shot earlier where they're getting the white hair out of there.
Yeah, I agree, except there's just a lot less. There's not that many cars. And it looks like they blow up
that
a
looks
bunch
like
of
a convoy. There's 1, 2, 3. I don't know. You're
yeah.
right. I don't know.
I can't tell for sure. It looks like they blow up a bunch of the cars and there's a few left. So you're right. It might be that scene where they're rescuing the white hair.
That might be someone with a helmet on or a white hat. I'm not sure, but we're going with white hair.
He looks like a white hair to me. Yeah. This is the part that concerns me.
That's Amelia.
It's a shot of the same helicopters going by, and a figure is standing over. It looks like what looks like someone who died in the attack, and that looks like Amelia Clarke to me. Mm-hmm. So who might these helicopters have, killed?
I hope it's not her father.
I hope it's not her father too. And since he's a big part of the story, and she's turning to extremism or whatever, I'm guessing it's her mother.
Oh.
That's my guess.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be this, I'm at odds with you, Dad, and I'm going to be anti what you're doing. And he's like, no, daughter, we have to do this together and blah, 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 blah. And then he's going to die in the line of
that's true.
Doing the right thing. And then it's going to sway her from going culty and stay healthy extremist.
Or it could drive her full on like, you tried to do everything by the book with these people and they still killed you,
It's true.
And now
it's one or the other.
Yeah, it could push her the other way. It could be. I hope it's not Talos dying, but it could be.
I just can't see her go into this actress. Just let her make right decisions and not go into being a mad conquer.
Well, I thought about that a lot. Like, they had to pick someone to play this character who can be an extremist, but like still everybody liked them. And Amelia Clarke has done that role.
Yes, she has perfected it, actually.
Yeah, for sure. So then we get a shot of Nick Fury.
You think that's S.H.I.E.L.D. or CIA or?
Well, S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't exist, according to this.
I keep forgetting that.
It could be S.W.O.R.D.
Oh, yes,
but it could also... It could also just be a bunch of, like you said, CIA or FBI or something.
Suits.
Bunch of suits. Gray hairs and suits, this movie's called.
They're like, Steve Aquatic, put your hands up. Turn
Steve
over the submarine.
Come on, Life Aquatic. Hands up, buddy. Steve Aquatic. Oh, man. And so he does look like an old fisherman. Like
he
just
does.
Like,
He's like, if he was just like, I got back from Nova Scotia. I have the best crab that you have ever eaten in your life. It is $25 a pound on the side of the docks. I'd be like, here's all my money, sir.
Yep, exactly. He looks so much like he belongs in an old fishing village, and
it's the beard and the hat and the sweaters.
The scar on the eye. The scar on the eye makes it look like he's
knowing how I got this scar.
He had his yarr.
Yarr.
I'm Pirate Fury. Yarr. I was caught in a squall had a I don't know. Fight with a seal that took me eye.
Yes,
I will get revenge. Moby Seal. I don't know.
Mobies. But that's probably not it. But I would really like it to be it. That's where he's been.
Yeah. That's actually why he was at the water. That wasn't a beach. That was his.
He was tugboating in Tortuga.
Yeah. That was next to his dock where he goes fishing. He's just a shot of Rhodey, man. Just a shot of Rhodey gets me so excited.
It makes me excited, but I'm like, okay, what are you doing in that suit? Whose side are you on right now? Because I love Rhodey. I really do. Philadelphia represent. But I also feel like when Tony has made some of the decisions I didn't agree with, he was making those decisions. And now it looks like he's more into politics. So I'm like, Rhodey, if Nick Fury is coming to you, it's serious. So, you got to help him and do the right thing. But it makes me nervous. He's in his suit.
I don't know. That doesn't make me nervous. I feel like he's going to be doing the thing Rhodey's always doing, which is sort of like just doing like America. Like he's always just there trying to like bring about peace for America.
He's on the side of the people.
Yeah. I think so. But in the past, like the first couple Iron Mans, he's like very much on the side of just like the U.S. government.
Yes, and that wasn't always the best idea.
Yeah,
that didn't go the best. Yeah.
Well, even with Civil War, he's on the side of the government trying to get them to sign the treaty or whatever. So, yeah, it's on the Accords.
Well, and the Accords are gone now, so.
Yeah, apparently.
We'll see what that means for. I want to know what his position is.
Yeah, me too.
I like having a guy in on the inside.
Do we know that from Fatwas, maybe? Like, he was in Fatwas talking to.
But I felt like he was still in his military,
Falcon.
Uniform for that introduction for the shield more than I feel like he's. I don't know. I don't see a little flag on either side, so I don't know if he's a politician per se. But it looks like
there is a flag
of some sort. Is it a pin?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a little. It's a flag pin.
Equal politician.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I'm sorry. It's like life imitate arts. I don't trust any of our politicians.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, Rowdy, you better stay straight.
Then we get this shot of Maria Hill running through some sort of catacombs. Again, John Wick-like.
I'm sorry, but is that Chernobyl?
I don't
give
know.
Them if they're like, give them Chernobyl, I 100% understand why they're going to freak out and rebel. They're like, we found you this great land. Nobody lives there. There is a Ferris wheel. There's a river. Don't fish in it. No.
Maybe they're more resistant. I mean that definitely would be.
It is possible.
Yeah, it's possible they're more resistant to radiation, but also it's possible they put them somewhere that then ended up hurting them, which is why some of the extremists are angry or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like they're at Chernobyl. I see those big nuclear reactors, and it just makes me think of like Deadpool or Wolverine Origins, the Deadpool scene, you know?
I don't like to ever think about that movie.
Maybe this is the crossover we've been waiting for. Deadpool finally shows up in the most grounded, like realistic.
He's just like, I've been living here for 25 years,
Yeah,
waiting for one of you to get me out. No.
Mm-hmm.
Chernobyl.
So funny. Okay, and then we get back to Amelia Clark talking to Fury. I did not catch what she said.
So that means, I guess, her people are going to be after him too.
Right. She says, her name's Gaia, by the way. So Gaia says, you don't know what they have planned for you. And Nick Fury looks, again, very serious about that.
He's a very serious man.
Ooh, okay. Specimen sample. This is part of whatever MI6 has going on in this movie. We talked about some of this sample stuff in the last trailer. But now we see specimen sample and it says Cole. You think... Ooh.
Is this Department of Damage Control?
I don't know.
U.S. Department of Damage Control.
What if...
U.S. specimen... Collapsidian?
Yeah, I was thinking of Collapsidian. Well, you know, in the end of the trailer, we see the scroll like use some sort of superpower, and it almost looks like Groot's superpower to me. Like it's like
it does look like Groot.
It
right?
does. It does. And I don't know how we haven't talked about
I
that
was
yet.
waiting until we got there.
Well,
right?
yeah.
Did we see it yet?
Not yet. But
No.
what I'm wondering is if this says specimen sample Cull, what if that's like a sample of Cull Obsidian's like DNA or something, and they're trying to give the powers of like they got this from the cut off hand in the park or whatever, and they're about to like
Give the scrolls
give
that
one
power,
of the scrolls
though?
the power of Cull. Yeah,
It's
I don't know.
that or that scroll saw him at some point. Because I feel like as a scroll, well, he's a super scroll, so that's why you could do the powers. So it's interesting. Like, it's confusing.
That has me wondering though, like maybe that's the plot of this. Maybe this is the scrolls like evolving into super scrolls. Like maybe they're doing it through technology or something. They're figuring out how to like use the power of the various people they've had in the past or something like that. I don't know. Because as far as we know from Captain Marvel so far, the scrolls are just people that can change shape. Like we don't know
I feel like we're definitely going to meet the super scrolls here.
I think so too. Which makes me think that's probably like the plot, or at least part of the plot, is that someone is working on making the scrolls into super scrolls.
Or one of the scrolls took over a high position of power in the storyline that we don't know about yet. And that's even more exciting.
Who are these two people running on the rooftop? There's two people running on a rooftop. I can't tell. And to me, they don't look like Nick Fury.
No.
But I can't tell who they might be.
Looks like two dudes.
It does. But then one of their hats does kind of look like Nick Fury's, but that looks like a white hand.
His hands don't look like Nick Fury.
No, it does not. Does not. But yeah,
maybe
I don't
it's
know.
Martin Freeman. He also had a fisherman hat on.
Oh man, Secret Invasion and Tale of the Fisherman.
Does that mean that Julia?
Val?
Yeah, Val. We call her in this house. It's Julia Louis D'Oscar. Damn it! I wish I could remember. Ken made it up, and it's so funny. Oscar de la Renta, Julia Louis Oscar de la Renta. That's what we call her because he doesn't know the character's name, and I died, and that's just what we call her here now, Julia Louis Oscar de la Renta.
I like it.
He's so funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
An angry squirrel.
So
that was from the last trailer.
Looks like
Rah.
Yeah, and he's being surrounded by what looks like humans that look like they're persecuting him. Maybe is he bloody? Is that blood or
do they bleed purple? I thought they bled green. I don't know.
I don't know.
Talos looked like he was beat up real bad and bleeding green.
Okay.
This looks like your classic invasion. Not invasion. We're breaking and entering. We're coming in.
Yeah, there's some sort of there's three men breaking through a window with snow outside. So I have no idea what
Russia.
this
Russia.
Is it Russia?
I mean, it has to be. It's snowy. It's cold. They look like
Oh yeah, it's true.
it's probably
Some mercenaries or something attacking
welcome
in Russia.
to Russia, Blit. Let's see. Who's
And
that?
then Amelia Clark is
Oh
loading the
yeah,
gun.
looking good.
Looking real good. Looking real Terminator.
She was in that Terminator movie. That wasn't
Yeah,
a good one.
She was Sarah Connor in
She
one of the
was
Terminator
Sarah
movies.
Connor.
And then we get to the next shot. Okay, I didn't even see this shot when it was going fast, but
Groot.
this is a scroll
It's totally Groot.
using Groot's arm, right? Like that's got to be Groot's arm.
to
is what it looks like
blast
to
through
me.
that guy's chest. Ooh,
Yeah, it
you're
really
not
does.
getting up from that, buddy.
Okay, we're at the 1 minute 37 second mark. For those of you who aren't watching on YouTube, if you're watching this trailer later, there is a shot of a scroll. And it appears to
Groot
get
arm
a
him
Groot
through
arm.
his chest.
and just punch this dude real hard. So it seems like the Skrull are using their advanced technology maybe to like.
See, doesn't
become-
his blood look green?
Yes, it does.
Unless
or
he's just missing a layer of skin,
Right.
which is not very PG-13.
it looks like no, it looks like he's turning
Oh,
because it looks like he might be like halfway not changed into the Ben Mendelsohn version of Talos. Okay, but this worries me too.
Shot.
Yeah, this worries me because this looks like an outside the car, and we know that earlier Amelia Clark, Gaia appeared to be huddled over a dead body, possibly.
Oh, good.
So this makes me worried for Talos.
That's the inside of that machine that we saw earlier.
Yep. We're at the inside, and this looks like Fury being beat up by one of these, soldiers that all look the same.
It's a holding cell. Groot
Okay,
guy.
and then one of these soldiers that all look the same have what appears to be a Groot arm for sure. Look at that Groot arm.
Look at it. It's beautiful.
It is pretty beautiful.
It is being used for evil, so I can't get behind it.
Oh, whatever, Wanda, lover. Oh,
I know. Listen, could you imagine if her main goal was to kill children and not save them? That's how much I love Wanda. Is her whole goal is to save her children?
Mm-hmm.
I'm even behind that.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm just teasing you.
No, I'm down.
So then the last thing is Fury walking out of a building and saying, "One last fight."
I hope
so-
that's not true.
Right? Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's possible this
I
is
do.
Fury's last stand?
I guess so. Maybe he needs to go at least see if he doesn't have a part in finding Peter or Peter coming back. I know, I guess he wouldn't know who he was, but he wasn't on Earth when
Mm-hmm.
that spell was cast. I just feel like that's a huge waste of something.
Yeah, that's possible.
By Peter, I mean Peter Parker, for those of you who didn't know.
Oh, yeah. Peter Parker.
My good friend Peter.
Yeah, for sure. You're on first name basis, for sure.
Yeah.
I never thought of that, or I think we've talked. You may have mentioned that before as a theory. I don't know. I don't think that's necessary. I think we're not going to have. I think kind of the point of the next Spider-Man movie is going to be. I think we're going to get a few of them where all the stuff that happened before doesn't matter anymore. Like
Right.
I think he's going to stay.
No, I'm just saying
forgotten
I don't
for a
want to.
while.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I don't want this to be the last time we see Nick Fury.
Oh,
you know
I don't either. But he has been playing the role since 2008.
I know.
So 2023.
Who doesn't
15
love that
years.
Marvel money? I mean, why would you ever give it
Yeah.
up?
But he's done it a lot of times. Maybe he's done. But I don't know. It seems like it could be a really great last thing, like really focused on him and everything, but also
Mhm.
give me more. I want
I
Secret
know.
Invasion season 2 or whatever.
Well, we'll see how it ends. I mean, I like the
Mhm.
feeling where nobody is safe in these shows. Like they say that it could be the end, it could not be the end.
Yeah, me too.
If they did, kill the character off in his own show, I'm just really excited and happy that we even got to get Nick Fury to have his own show from where we started with the
100%.
character. I mean, look at where we
Yeah.
are. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, like you said, a good send off.
And it's been a while. It's been a long time since he's had a key role in a movie. I mean, he shows up for a second in Age of Ultron, right? Well, no. I'm sorry.
Well, a couple times.
They go to a couple times. I was thinking of him showing up with the helicarrier, but he also shows up at the barn for a scene or two. So he's got a couple scenes in Age of Ultron, and that's like,
And then he's snapped away.
yeah,
We don't
that's
see
it.
him in Civil War.
We see a version of him that is not him, a Skrull version in
Far From Home, which is not very fair.
yeah. So it's been a long time since we've seen the actual Nick Fury and gotten any real character development from him. And even then, like I said, Ultron, he's only in a couple scenes. And the first Avengers, he's only in, First Avengers is really the last movie where he's like a main player in the movie. It feels like.
Yeah. Well, it's Winter Soldier as
Winter
after
Soldier.
that. Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Yeah. Winter Soldier is definitely one of his biggest. You're right. Totally right. Winter Soldier was a long time ago. And it feels like that was the last time we really got character development for him.
And this feels more like that. So I'm very excited because Winter Soldier is still my favorite.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, guys, I guess that's going to be all here. Do you have any other thoughts about Secret Invasion?
No, I'm just ready. I love a summer series, so I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Loki. I feel like Loki was our last summer series.
Mm-hmm. June 21st,
Right?
baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll have a little bit in between because we'll have seen Guardians.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Guardians.
Me too. I got my tickets today. Woo!
Yeah, there's a new trailer for that too, like a little 30-second spot from TV or something. They just I think everything was the same except for there was a new joke in there.
Yeah, I can't. The TV spots, it gets to be too much. I watched 2 trailers and that's it.
Yeah, that's same here. I watched like whatever trailers about a month before, and then I try to stop.
Yeah.
Because that last month is full of just like craziness. Just lots of way too many scenes revealed. When they start releasing like full scenes, I'm just like, no, stop it, stop it.
No more.
No more. All right. Well, we will be back soon, guys, with more talk. Hit us up. We have a Patreon. If you haven't seen it yet, we've got a brand new Patreon with new tiers and new rewards, and we're really trying to push it to the next level and do a lot more content over there too. So if you like the show and you want to follow us for more and some specific content, check us out over there. We're about to do our Guardians of the Galaxy commentary track in preparation for Guardians 3. So we've always talked for years about doing commentary tracks. So we're finally getting to do some of those. So check us out at patreon.com/MCUcast, and we'll be back soon. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Thank you for joining us for the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, available everywhere you get podcasts, and now a video version streaming live on twitch.tv/strandedpandatv and available at youtube.com/strandedpanda. And if you'd like to learn more about all of our other podcasts, geeky projects, and ways to support the network, visit strandedpanda.com.